Hello. So where I am, it's just a lovely rainy day outside. It's just all like sleepy and pretty. You know how when it rains, it like almost like puts like a filter on everything? Like all the trees are like greener and like the sky is all like pretty gray, smoky blue. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's just me. But it's making me want to be a fantasy creature. So I'm gonna do sort of like a celestial star, moon, pretty blue fairy elf thing. That's what we're doing. If my voice sounds terrible, that's because I'm sick. Just because I'm sick doesn't mean I can't be a pretty fairy princess. I should get like cute clips or something. Some people look just so cute with their hair clipped back like this. I just kind of look not great. But if I don't clip it back, it's gonna get in my makeup. So what's this situation happening? It is time. I could just have the mirror in frame, cover up my stupid decorations. The mirror's just gonna be in frame and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry, not sorry. If you use primer, feel free to do that, but I'm just gonna go straight in with my foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in shade 102 Fair Porcelain because I'm extremely pale. And I'm gonna blend it in with a dry beauty blender. I know that's psychopathic behavior, but that's not gonna stop me. Don't know if you can hear that thunder, but quite intense. I'm blending some of my foundation over my eyelids to act as like an eye primer. Yes, I am using a candle holder as a handheld mirror. I don't need your judgment. Now that my foundation is blended in and I'm looking sufficiently ghostly, I'm going to go ahead and set it with some powder. I try to use a small amount of powder and I almost never do. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair Clair. I'm like overexposed. Is that too dark? Quick reminder that whenever you're gonna set any liquid products with powder, to make sure all the creases are blended out first. Because if you're pressing powder into creases or like unblended areas, you're just setting that unblendedness and creasiness in. So you want to make sure it's as blended out and smooth as you can get it before you set it. I'm not using concealer because none of the concealers I own have more coverage than this foundation. I'm not using bronzer or any contouring things because I don't own any contouring things. I could use like brown eyeshadow or something to contour, but I'd rather not test fate, you know? So normally this is the step in my routine where I put on just the most ridiculous amount of blush you've ever seen. But I'm thinking I want to do like blue blush and like star freckles, so I'm gonna hold off on that for a minute. I'm gonna move on to my brows real quick. I don't do anything fancy with my brows. I just brush them a bit with a spoolie into a more flattering direction and then use clear mascara, kind of like a brow gel to like set them. The clear mascara I'm using is Maybelline Great Lash in clear transparent. It's gotta be at least like 10 years old. It was in my mom's makeup bag and she never used it, so she just gave it to me. And now it gets used. Not my best work, but it's good enough. Alright, eyes. So I'm gonna do blue, obviously. I think I'm gonna put some purple in the crease. This is gonna be almost exactly the eye look from my Mr. Loverman makeup video, probably. It's gonna be close. It's not gonna be the exact same. It might be the exact same. I'm gonna take the NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Edit Petite palette. Don't mind the craft gems stuck in the corner. And I'm taking the purple shade in this palette and running it through my crease. Should I zoom you in? How's that? Can you see better? Probably not. It's probably just like way blurry. Taking the purple shade on a fluffy blending brush and applying it into the crease. Should look something like that. Next, I'm gonna take this Hard Candy Electric Color palette. I'm gonna use these two blue shades. I'm gonna put the darker one all over my lid. I'm just applying it with my finger because I don't have any like dense packing brushes. If you have a brush that can like actually deposit pigment, you can feel free to use that. Or go rogue like me and just use your fingers. Now this eyeshadow isn't that pigmented, but it is buildable enough. It usually takes a few passes, but I'm able to get it to a decent pigmentation. foundation. After that's applied, I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade of blue and go in on the inner corner and just sort of cover the inner third of my eye with this light blue. Look at that, lovely. Now I'm gonna sort of go under my eye, first with the dark blue going all the way under my eye, and then the inner third with that light blue again. Now I'm gonna take the same brush I used with the purple eyeshadow. I'm not gonna put any more purple on it, but I'm gonna use that brush just to blend the transition a little bit better between the blue and the purple. I don't know how well you can see, but it does in fact make a difference. Finally, I'm going to take the light blue on a new fluffy brush. You can use the same fluffy brush if you wipe it off, but I'm lazy. So I've dipped it again into that light blue color. I'm going to go ahead and blend the purple into the rest of my skin. Just sort of blend it out with that light blue. I'm actually going to add in a little bit of the light purple in this palette, this one here, and sort of mix together the blue and the purple, sort of blend the transition between the dark purple and the light blue with that light purple, if that makes sense. And then go back with the blue, add some more pigments to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye here. Oops, got it back. Oh hey, perfect. There's no way I'm going to be able to do eyeliner on camera. I can barely do it off camera. Oh no. Code red, code red. Touch up coming in hot. Anyway, I got the eyeliner done. Not the best, not the most even, but good enough for me. I think I want to do white liner in my waterline, maybe? I kind of want to layer it on top of my black eyeliner, like do a wing with white on top of the black one. I'm gonna try to put a stripe of white on top of the other liner I have. We'll see how it goes. There it is. I think it looks super pretty, but it keeps transferring onto my eyelids, so I'm gonna let it dry. And I was thinking about putting white in the waterline, but honestly, I don't want to deal with it, so I'm just gonna do black in the waterline instead. I do want to put a little bit on my lower lash line though. So no matter how long I let this white eyeliner dry, it keeps transferring all over my lid. So I'm gonna try to set it with this white translucent powder. I'm just gonna take it on an angled brush. This area right here where it crosses from my lid to my wing. Because that's really the problem area. I'm just gonna take a bit of powder on my brush and dab it on, and I hope that that will at least help, because I'm tired of touching it up every 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the face. So I want to do blue blush all over. I think I'm going to use this blue from the Electric Color Palette, and I might mix some purple into it, but I might not. I'm going to use my finger to get the best pigmentation and then just blend out the areas that I need to with a brush later. Both of the makeup videos I've done on this channel have to do with me putting exorbitant amounts of blue eyeshadow all over my face. I guess I've got a theme going. Alright, I've got the color blocked in. It looks like a nose peel mask. Now I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade of blue and blend around the edges. Looks so natural, right? You can't even tell. Here's how it looks all blended out. There's a few rough patches, but it's good enough. I'm gonna try and do some like darker purple patches in here to make it look a little more like galaxy-ish. I'm gonna use the Little NYX palette again and the same purple shade, and I'm just gonna definitely more weird looking, galaxy looking. Maybe. I'm gonna take some more blue on another fluffy brush and try and blend it out. Make it less harsh lines and a little more like abstract shapes. You know what I mean? I think that's a little better. Yeah, it's grown on me a lot. I like it. Alright, I guess I should go ahead and start making the actual stars now. Wow. So I'm just gonna take my white liner. I'm just gonna do dots. Do a few bigger ones, a few smaller ones. So for bigger star, I just do cross. The line horizontally, the line vertically. And just a little plus sign, like that. You could also draw some 5-pointed stars if you want, but I like the 4-pointed ones. If you make any bigger 4-pointed stars like this, it could be nice to kind of make like triangles rather than just lines, sort of have it taper out a bit. Just makes it look a little more like a star. It also doesn't have to be perfect. Galaxy. If you have a white liner and it keeps smudging, try setting it with something because it definitely helped so much. Alright, mascara's on, lashes are on. This is the eyes done. Last thing left to do is lips. I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild multi-stick in the color Blue Lala. Alright, so I've got the outside of my lips filled in. I'm gonna take this also Wet n Wild lipstick in Ghostly Beings. Ooh, can you tell I got it around Halloween? And I'm gonna put it in the center of my lips. And I'm just gonna... Now, I would just leave the lips as is, but both of those products are cream-based, and I know from experience that they will smudge and wear off quite a bit if I don't set them with something. So I'm going to take some of that lighter blue eyeshadow and tap it on to sort of set it. Setting it with the eyeshadow wasn't really working, so I went back in with the white translucent powder that I have. Setting powder doesn't feel great on your lips, but it will keep stuff from transferring, so I shall suffer. I feel like I don't have enough color in my face, so I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of blush after all. See, I look a little more alive now. And that's the makeup done! I've been doing this for 3 hours! So I'm gonna put on my dress and my crown, and next time you see me, I will be a beautiful elven fairy princess.